What's up YouTube, Jamie the Kid00 here, coming at you guys with a Mermail deck profile on this wonderful Easter Sunday. I know I'm currently doing something I really shouldn't do and I'm interrupting a set of dual videos being put out, but I really wanted to put this out sooner rather than later because I know people have been asking what I've been playing for Mermail competitively recently. And I have been playing Gear recently, but I thought I should test Mermail after the kind of things that were played at YCS Las Vegas last week. So I've been testing both the concepts that Patrick Coleman played, and the first place after Swiss guy played, the Dragon Ice things. I ended up taking this to my locals today. It was just kind of a smallish 18-man locals. And I ended up splitting in the finals after going 4-1 in Swiss, and then winning out to the finals and splitting. So it was pretty nice. I'm really happy with the way the deck played. I would probably cut out the Dragon Ice and the Gold Sarcophagus if I wanted to play this as consistent as in a more consistent as a more consistent build. Sorry, if I wanted to play this more consistently, I'd cut those. But the Dragon Ice and the Gold Sarc were definitely really fun cards. But I'm gonna get into this list and show you how I felt about some of these cards, and I can actually give you some dual experience because this is my second recording of this. I recorded a deck profile of this Thursday, and now I can at least give you some thoughts. So I'm playing one Mermail Abyss Megalo. I would honestly consider cutting this card because it was just really subpar today. Drawing it was kind of bad, and a lot of the time I just discarded it for my Water Monsters effects because it's just it's not the powerhouse it used to be. In complete contrast to that, I played 3 copies of Mermail Abyss Teus. Mermail Abyss Teus was incredible because of the opening plays you can pull off with this. I actually got rather unlucky at this event, and I almost never opened the Teus, like the Teus Oshia play, the Teus Hild play. I almost never had it. I think I did it twice over the whole event, which was really depressing. But I'm going to show you that play in this because I put it in the other video, and of course I've deleted that video now. So I'll show you the play afterwards, the new play that everyone's hyping up with this. I played 3 copies of Pike because you still have to play the triple Pike. 4 plays are still really good. I was testing 3 Turge, but I cut back down to 2. To make room for 2 Call of the Horned, which have been a lot better than that 3rd Turge in my opinion, because the 3rd Turge started to clog. But 2 Turge, you still need to play 2. 3's, you want to have a level 4 in hand for the new Teus play, so you want to be playing those 5 level 4s. And then playing 3 Lind, you have to play 3. Desmond Johnson, I know, said he didn't like 3 and he wanted to play 2. I really don't like that mentality because, like, I don't ever want one of my spheres to be dead. I'd rather draw one of these dead, and Lind isn't that bad a card to draw dead. So I didn't really agree with that mentality, but to each their own. And then for my level 3 one-offs, I played 1 Mermail Abyss Gund, 1 Mermail Abyss Oshia for the combo, and 1 Mermail Abyss Hild for the combo as well. And Hild has actually been proven to be really quite good on her own in some situations, depending on the game state. She's actually been pretty good. So that is all the Mermails. For the Atlanteans, 1 Dragoons, the Lone Dragoons, 2 Marksmen. I'm considering going up to 3 now. If I cut the Sarc and the Dragon Ice, one of the cards that would replace them would be another Marksman. So the Marksmans, they're just so good, especially in the Gear matchup. But against Bujin, they put in work, I guess. And I'm playing the 1 Unexpected Atlantean Heavy Infantry. This card is mainly in here for the Undying because it means the Undying can deal with so many threats. It got around a Gaios earlier on today, which was so good. And it's also really good with Dragon Ice, which I'll discuss after this, I guess. So I'll put that to one side. And then for the other just water support stuff, I played 2 Aqua Spirit. 3 is too cloggy. I actually opened 2 of these in a Dragon Ice one game, and it was the worst thing on the planet. But I managed to play out of the game, but opening 2 of these at once is really sad. It's really saddening. I then played 1 Genix Undying and 1 Controller. In a game against Chainburn, or like Slow Burn as he called it, because it wasn't really Chainburn. It didn't play Accumulated Fortune or anything like that. I ended up opening both of these, which was hideous. And then for the last 2 monsters I played 1 Tidal, because Tidal is one of the things which is keeping this deck good, and 1 Dragon Ice, which is a really cool card. I know this saw a lot of hype when it first came, when the Mermail deck was first building up, but it's actually been really good in this variant. So I'm going to put him to one side as well, because we'll talk about him later. But that's the complete monster lineup. For the spells, 1 Salvage. 2 Salvage seems to clog for me. 1 is just a really nice number. You don't need it, but when you find it, it's really, really nice, especially if you've got to that infantry, which you get to the grave quite a lot because of the way you play Dragon Ice. So salvage is pretty good. 1 gold sock. You want to open this before you get to your title or your Dragon Ice. If you don't open this, you just play it and get a card that you need. You can get your MSTs or your break or some of your traps. So you just you sock for a card you need. Long story short, but if you haven't seen this or Dragon Ice yet, you will always sock this and then add Dragon Ice, because then you've added, and then you're getting this 2 turns later. So it's pretty nice. And then for the other spells, I played Triple MST. That's it. Those are the only spells, 5 spells, that's all you need. Upstart is a cool card, but there are 40 cards I want to play. So that's why I don't play the Upstart. For the traps, Triple Sphere. 3 Sphere is just so good. Sphere is in my opinion, the best trap in this deck. I'm not playing Squall. I was playing Squall earlier on, but I ended up cutting it because now that you don't have 3 Gund, you don't cycle through the deck as fast, or remotely as fast, as you did when you were making your 4 combos. So you don't have the grave as stacked as you used to do. So I feel that Squall has kind of fallen out of favour. So 3 Sphere. 2 Call. This is something I'm playing as an alternative to Squall. This is really, really good. It's like a 4th and 5th Sphere. If you've seen a Lind already, you can put in so much work with these 2 cards. And another cool thing about these is, unlike Sphere, if you Call of the Haunted Pike or Turge, they're going to activate. So you can get these back. You can get one of them back and not have to worry about Sphere negating their effect. Like, if your opponent is trying to make a play and you have an infantry in hand, you can Call of the Haunted back one of your pikes, ditches a cost, and you're going to search. Instead of going Sphere for pike, ditches a cost. So 2 Call is really, really nice, actually. I've been having a lot of fun testing it. And then for the other traps, I play Double Breakthrough, because Breakthrough is just so strong, especially in this deck. And I know people are saying play Fiendish Chain, but I talked about this in my Nationals profile. I don't like Fiendish Chain in this deck because everyone's holding their MSTs for your spheres. So if they need an effect to go through, like an Exiton, you don't want to be relying on a Fiendish Chain. You want to be relying on a Breakthrough skill, which is so much harder to stop. And this, again, has that great interaction with the fact that it, stops Abyss Dweller in your turn. So it's kind of good. And then I play 1 Raigeki Break, 1 Torrential, and 1 Solemn Warning. The Raigeki Break is in here because you play like 4 cards you want to discard, like Genix Controller, Dragon Ice, Tidal, and Gund. And if you draw Hild dead or Oshia dead later on, you want to discard them with Raigeki as well. So you have loads of good cards for that. But that's the complete main deck. It is 40 cards. I don't think any more than that should be played currently. I can't really think of anything else I'd like to play. Like Battle Traps maybe, but I'm alright with that. The extra deck. So we start off with 3 Synchros. The 3 Synchros you should ever have to make. 1 Black Rose Dragon. I actually made this. I hardly make this normally, but I actually made this in like turn 15 of time. We were playing a game 3 in time, because we were using the Mantis system and there's no draw on it, so we were playing game 3s in time instead of draws. And we both went over the 5 turn limit, and then it became first to do damage, and we went about 15 more turns until I did damage and won, and this was used in time. And it's still, like, even after I used this, my opponent had a set Hild, so we got to special summon a Lind, so I still couldn't get past him, so like it was horrible. Black Rose, BLs, because you can make this with Dragon Ice and Genix Controller. I never actually got it out at the locals, but I did get it out in testing, but it's an option. It screws so many people up as well, like no one sees this coming, so this is really good. And 1 Leo, I made this once, so the Leo. For the Xyzes, 1 Mecrypt Engineer. Engineer, of course, you have in here for the combo, so you don't really have to talk about Engineer that much. I'm testing a Tri-Edge Levier. To tell you guys what Levier does, this was in the new Gold series, as you can tell. It's 3 level 3 monsters, and you can banish any monster that's destroyed by battle with this card. Once per turn, during either player's turn, so a quick effect, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target a face-up monster on the field. It loses 800 attack, and its effects are negated. These changes last until the end of this turn. So what's cool about him is, he's a damage step effect negator that can make your opponent's monsters lose attack. So they have a problem attacking into him, because he can basically make himself 2/6 by making them lose 800. He's the equivalent of 2/6. And he can also attack into things and negate their effects, so in the damage step. I used this against a chain. The only time I actually made this, and I actually made this with Xyz materials, I was playing against the Burn player, and I ended up swinging into a Des Koala, and I was able to use this card's effect to cause these guys to crash, but I would negate its effect, so I wouldn't take the damage from the cards in my hand. And then afterwards he got Fencing Firefighter, which made me sad, but he was a really cool card. I've actually been really enjoying testing this. I mainly play this for situations in which I have my Bahamut Shark, and I've already got one trite out, and instead of making another trite, I can special summon this guy, and he's really good against Accelerator, Gigiano, the normal one, and Lind, because he banishes anything he kills. So you can make this and really bugger up some of your opponent's strategies if they have those monsters sitting on the field. So it's just been really something. It's been something that sneaks up on my opponent. And yes, Dweller is a better card compared to this in most situations. But if you've already made Bahamut Shark and it's been, and it's after you've got the trite, this is a lot cheaper than making Dweller. So this is something I've been testing, and it's been really, really fun recently. So I like this. Then playing double trite because the combo, you want to open that combo. You're going to get double trite out. And then for the 4s, I play one Bahamut Shark, the combo, one number 101. I finally have an ulti, which is gorgeous. One 101, one Dweller. So I only have one. I wish I could play 2, but I only have one of these. One Exciton Knight, because Exciton is good. I never actually made this today. One Lava Chain, I made this once. Draco, made it once. Big Eye, never made it. And Ghost, never actually made this. No, I never actually made this. So I'm going to quickly talk about my side deck. I don't normally do side decks, and if anyone net decks this side deck, prepare to lose, because this side deck is terrible. I basically had my Gear deck. I dismantled my Gear deck, and I had my Gear side deck, and I went, I need to take a few things out of this to make it Mermail, so let's cut things up. So that was what happened. I basically changed this up from the Gear one, so it's pretty bad. 2 Crow. I just really like Crow at the moment. It's been really strong for me. However, the only time I actually used it at this locals was to win a game. I had this, an Arc and an Engineer, an Arc with no materials. I had this in hand, and I set Torrential, and I go, my opponent has like a monster. I can't remember what it was, and I needed to push past him to push for game. So I was like, summon this, Torrential, Engineer himself to defense, switch the Engineer back to attack and swing. But that was the only time I ever used this, to summon and then Torrential. I then played Triple Maxi, because Maxi is so good in Mermail, especially in the mirror and things like that. Mermail, if Mermail gets a big hand, it wins. So Triple Maxi, one Dark Hole for Gigia, and the Burn deck. I put this in against the Burn deck because it sets a lot of things. Anything that sets loads, sets up a big field. Dark Hole is cool. Triple Zombie World. This is for Prophecy, Noble Knights, Bujin, all that good stuff. I actually won a game with this against Prophecy, so this was really good. 2 Light Mirror, Bujin, and Light Sworn, and any of that crap. 2 Malevolent Catastrophe, Gigia, and anything that sets loads, so Malevolence. And then Double Dust. These should have been Twisters, but I only had Dusts on me, so that was that. And then finally, I'll quickly show you guys that cool new combo for anyone who doesn't actually know it, and anyone who wants to watch out for it. All you need in hand is, and this is why people are hyping it, because it's actually a lot easier than the Aqua Spirit combo to set up. All you need is this in hand, this in deck, of course targets, so if we put these down, a level 4 Mermail in hand, so this is our hand, and we need something to pay the cost, so we'll say a Lind. Yeah, let's go with that. And I think we've got the main deck correct. Yeah, that looks correct. Right, so what you want to do is, say our deck is over here. We have this as our hand. We're going to activate Teus, sending Lind. Teus' effect will then activate to search our deck for Abyss. We're then going to summon our Oshia. Oshia effect on Teus. So Oshia is going to get us a 3 and a 4. We're then going to, of course, pop the Teus. We then overlay these two. It's important that you get this level 4 in attack mode, by the way. It has to be in attack mode. We overlay these two for, if I can put the side deck down, Mech Up to Engineer. We then activate Mech Up to Engineer, detaching the Abyss Hild to change Turge to defense mode. Hild's effect will then activate because it was sent to the graveyard. It's like a dandelion. To special summon as a level 4 or lower Mermail monster, well, sorry, any Mermail monster from our hand. You then special summon Pike. You can use Pike's effect here if you want to, but we don't have anything in hand. And you can then overlay these two for Bahamut Shark. And then, of course, activate your Bahamut Shark to get you a copy of Trite. So this play is a little bit weaker than the Aqua Spirit one because it leaves you with an Engineer with 1 material rather than 2. But that 1 material is all you're going to need to make this survive. So say, you know, your opponent tries to kill this, you use Engineer to change it to defense. And then, of course, you can go into your turn and activate its effect again. And if they have warning, fair play to them. But if they don't, you're getting this, or you're getting this, depending on the game state situation. And there were quite a few situations, actually, today, in which I got Tri-Edge Leveilleur, and it was really nice to have that option. So yeah, guys, that brings me to about the end of this deck profile. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've definitely enjoyed playing Mermail again. The resurrection has happened. The deck is still playable, still very, very playable, as YCS Las Vegas will show. And I hope this has given you a bit of insight on how to play or how to beat the new Mermail deck. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with the rest of that zombie duel you've been watching, where I've been getting battered. And otherwise, yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.